Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 26, Verse number 8. Trarya Tarana Tartritve Traranam Prakritim Viduhu Bhotritve Suthadutthanam Purusam Prakrite Param. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada. The cause of the conditioned soul's material body and senses, and the senses presiding deities, the demigods, is the material nature. This is understood by learned men. The feeling of happiness and distress of the soul, who is transcendental by nature, are caused by the spirit soul himself. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. In Bhagavad Gita it is said that when the Lord descends to this material world, He comes as a person by His own energy, Atma Maya. He is not forced by any superior energy. He comes by His own will, and this can be called His pastime or Leela. But here it is clearly stated that the conditioned soul is forced to take a certain type of body and senses under the three modes of material nature. That body is not received according to his own choice. In other words, a conditioned soul has no free choice. He has to accept a certain type of body according to his karma. But when there are bodily reactions as felt in happiness and distress, it is to be understood that the cause is the spirit soul himself. If he so desire, the spirit soul can change this conditional life of dualities by choosing to serve Krishna. The living entity is the cause of his own suffering, but he can also be the cause of his eternal happiness. When he wants to engage in Krishna consciousness, a suitable body is offered to him by the internal potency, the spiritual energy of the Lord. And when he wants to satisfy his senses, a material body is offered. Thus, it is free choice to accept a spiritual body or a material body, but once the body is accepted, he has to enjoy or suffer the consequence. The Mayavadi philosopher's presentation is that the living entity enjoys his pastimes by accepting the body of a heart. This theory is not acceptable. However, because the word pastime implies voluntary acceptance for enjoyment, therefore this interpretation is most misleading. When there is enforced acceptance for suffering, it is not a pastime. The Lord's pastime and conditioned living entities' acceptance of karmic reaction are not on the same level. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta.
The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 26th Chapter, Text number 8, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on December 20th, 1974, in Bombay, India.
He was also Krishna conscious, always thinking of, but how to kill Krishna. That is the difference between the demon and the devotee. The demons are also Krishna conscious, but they are Krishna conscious in the opposite way. How to kill Krishna. And devotees, they are Krishna conscious, but not like the demon. They are always thinking how to serve Krishna. Both of them are Krishna conscious. Therefore, This is because these demons are also Krishna conscious. They cannot be called devotee. They cannot be called devotee. But they get the good result of Krishna consciousness. Because by thinking of Krishna, Krishna, and when they are killed by Krishna, they get immediately liberation. That is the absolute position of Krishna. Either you go to him as enemy or you go to him as friend, your result is the same. So somehow or other come to Krishna consciousness, but the demonic Krishna consciousness is not bhakti. That is not bhakti. So liberation is achievable even by the non-devotees. Because these demons, they are non-devotees, they are getting also liberation because thinking of Krishna always. So why the devotees also get the same type of liberation? No, for them better type of liberation. Sajujya, Sarupa, Shasti, there are 5 kinds of liberations. The Sajujya Mukti, to become one with the Supreme, that is obtainable even by the enemies, demons. The devotees, they do not want that kind of liberation. They want to keep their identity eternally and serve Krishna. That is perfect. So anukullena Krishnanusilanam. Therefore bhakti is described anukullena Krishnanusilanam. Krishna anusilanam. Anusilanam means cultivating the knowledge of Krishna. The demons are also cultivating, but that is not anukullena. That is pratikulya. How to kill Krishna. So that is not bhakti. When we cultivate Krishna consciousness, anukulena. Anukul means favorable. That is called bhakti. So, here it is said that karya karana kartitte karanam prakritim vidu bhaktitte sukha-dukkhanam purusham prakrite param. Purusha, we living entities, because we have developed this consciousness, somehow or other, that we don't want to serve Krishna, but we want to become Krishna. This pratikilla, this ichha, and not to serve Krishna, this desha, 2 things combined. Ichha desha samuttena, sarge janti parantapa. They cannot, just like, I'll give you a very small example, just like the criminals. The criminals, they have got 2 things, ichha desha. These are, why shall I abide by the government law? I can do anything what I like. This is desha. And ichha means I shall work independently, without the law. So, just like this ichha desha, the result is they are put into the jail. On account of these 2 things, ichha, that I shall live independently without the control of the government. Whatever I like, I shall do. This ichha and desha, I don't like to carry out the orders of law. Desha, this is very nice example. The result is that he will be arrested and he will be put into the jail. So it is like exactly like that. We are in this material world on account of this ichha and desha. We wanted to satisfy the senses, material senses, independently, and we wanted to disobey the orders of the Supreme Lord. These are the 2 causes for which we are put into this material world. So we have to rectify this mentality that I am independent, I am God, I can do whatever you like. This mentality has to be rectified. For that rectification, we are in this material world and we are undergoing different types of miserable condition of life to become rectified, so that we may come to the senses that I want to be happy, I want to enjoy life. Why I am put into these unfavorable circumstances? The most unfavorable circumstance is that I do not want to die, still I have to die. This is common sense. So, in order to, on account of this Purusha mentality, and just like I have already explained, these three can enjoy a happy life along with the husband, not independent. Similarly, we being Prakriti, our business is to remain eternal servant of Krishna, then we'll be happy. Otherwise we'll not be happy. It is not possible. And the whole material world, whole Vedic Shastra, whole Vedic culture is meant for rectifying this mentality that I am not independent, I am dependent on Krishna. So I have forgotten Krishna somehow or other, and I have taken this mentality of Purusha, enjoying this material world. I have to rectify this. So if I rectify that, then I become free from the clutches of Maya. Otherwise, since I have put myself under the clutches of this material energy, she is giving me different types of body, different types of situation to fulfill my desire. But because she has given a different type of body, a different type of situation, she is not responsible. I am responsible, therefore I will have to suffer or enjoy of the sequence or the resultant action made by the material nature. Therefore it is said, the karya karanam kartitve karanam prakriti. One should understand. I have got this body, this is given by material nature. I have got a different type of mentality, that is also given by Prakriti. I am suffering, that is also given, that is circumstances created. But Prakriti, material nature is not responsible, not she will suffer, but you will suffer. Just try to understand. This is karya karana kartitve, bhaktitve. Kartitve is material nature, but bhaktitve, I am bhaktitve. I am put into that. Therefore Bhaktivedanta Thakur sings, Anadi karama phale pari bhavarna bhajal. Somehow or other I have fallen in this ocean of birth and death. Tarivare na dekhi upaya. I do not find how to get out of it. But we can get out of it very easily. That is advised by Krishna. Mame bhaja pravadante mayame tang. Otherwise you cannot. Here it is a great struggle. Manas sasthani indriyani prakritisthani karsati. Great hard struggle going on. We are trying to be happy, but that is not possible. Just like if you are put into the ocean, you may be very good swimmer, you may struggle very nicely, but you are under the control of the Prakriti. You cannot be happy in the water. But if somebody helps you to get out of the water, then you will be happy. So our business is to pray to Krishna to get me out of this struggling, hard struggle for existence in this material world. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaching us this prayer, no other prayer. Oi nandatanaja patitam kinkaranga mama visame bhavam budho. Oh Krishna is very pleased when we address him with his devotee. Nanda Maharaj is devotee, playing as the father of Krishna. So therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is addressing Krishna, Oi Nanda Tanuja. Krishna, You are born out of the body of Maharaj Nanda. This is very pleasing to Krishna. Therefore he is addressing, Ai Nanda Tanuja. Patitang kinkarang maame bisame. Patitang kinkarang. Kinkarang means servant. I am your eternal servant. But somehow or other I am now fallen in this ocean of nescience, repeated birth and death. Patitang kinkarang maame bisameva bhavambudu kripaya. By your causeless mercy, because I am servant, somehow or other fallen, kripaya tava pada pankaja sthita dhuli sadisam vichinta. Kindly fix me again as one of the dust particle in your lotus feet. This prayer has been done. So, we cannot be happy in this Purusha mentality to enjoy this material world. We can never be happy. Abrahma bhuganan loka. Even if you are, not just like that trying to go to the moon planet, but what this moon planet? It is very near. Even if you go to the topmost planet, Abrahma bhuganan loka, punaravarti nojjana. The struggle will go on. You cannot be happy. Either you go to the heavenly planet or the moon planet or the Brahma planet, anywhere in this material world. The four things, birth, death, old age and disease, will go on. You cannot stop it. Therefore Krishna says, don't try to be elevated to the higher planetary system, to the moon planet or sun planet or heavenly planet. Try to come to me. Jadgatyana nivartanti tadhamam paramam mama. This should be our endeavor. Don't try to elevate yourself materially. That will not make you happy. Just try to get out of these material clutches and begin your spiritual life. That will make you happy. That is the only source of happiness. Otherwise, it is not. The same example, that if you are put into the ocean, you may be very good swimmer. It will be great struggle. You can keep yourself floating. But that is not happiness. Happiness is dependent. If you want happiness, then you have to give up the association of Prakriti, Karanam Guna Sangas. Because as so long you will be the material world, you will have to associate with some of the modes of material nature, Satagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. By association with the Satagun, material modes of nature, Urdhangachanti Sattvastva, you can be elevated to the higher planetary system, or by Jaganna Gunavrittista Adhogachanti Tamasa, by associating the Tamagun, you will be put downwards, either in the animal forms of life or lower planetary system. In this way, you are wandering up and down. Give up this business. Krishna says, surrender unto me. You surrender to Krishna and be happy. Thank you very much.